Still get chill bumps. That was Philadelphia Eagle legend Vince Papale scoring big time on the field, but he also scored in his love life. His wife of 20 years, Janet Cantwell Papale, joins us. And Janet, Vince calls you both survivors. As a young girl, of course, you actually were given your last rites after a horrible sledding accident.
Yes, at 9 years old, I hit a tree going down a big hill. And now I look at it when I go back, I go, this wasn't even a big hill. But, you know, yep, I did. And they didn't know how to deal with somebody that didn't have a spleen, especially at 9. They never know if you're going to live or die because you then have an autoimmune deficiency.
Right.
And so, of course, you're a guinea pig for a while, and then you figure it out, and you stay healthy, and you make sure that you're healthy. I know if I get run down, I have to stop. I have to take the time to get better. Otherwise, I end up in a hospital.
How did that situation and the fact that you're both athletes draw the two of you together?
Well, we met doing a charity event for children. So I don't know if we would have met if we didn't do it.
So you were this, high-powered career woman. You're a realty guru, right? And so you meet this gorgeous blonde, and you click right away. Is it love at first sight, or what?
Not quite.
Well, we did the first time we met. We met when I was the head coach. Originally, I was a head coach at University of Pennsylvania. So when he was doing his football, I was doing my gymnastics.
And I should say you were a world-class gymnast.
Well, I'm a jock. And my whole life revolved around being an athlete. And when you think you're going to be, your dream is to be the Olympics, and you used to sit there and you'd have, this is what I'm going to do when I grow up, and this is your whole identity. And really what happened is I blew out my knee against the Hungarians. And
Darn Hungarians.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
And I felt so incomplete because my whole identity was being an athlete. And so I tried another sport. I tried a couple of them, and I ended up with swimming and diving, and I did it at Penn State, and I did 1 and 3 meter. And because of that, I was able to complete my ability to understand and to go through being an athlete. And then I had a decision to make. Do I want to continue being an athlete and try to make the Olympics in swimming and diving, or do I want to be a coach? And I chose, it was a decision. I'm like, I'm not ready to grow up and be a grown-up. And so I went and I became a coach.
For women in the working world, I mean, you have in the book that you have words from both of you, but you have words for women. Do you think it's tougher now to be a woman trying to make it in the world than it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago?
I think we had it tough. I did. I'm a different generation than even you. What happened is I was there with Title IX, and with Title IX, it was about equal sports ability for the women. If you had a football team, you had to have another team for a women's sport. And what it did is it redefined what was important for men's sports, and those that weren't revenue producing, they changed and made women. So what happened is you did your sports, you got all that, but what happened, I think, to women, and we were just saying, we now are career women. We still do the cooking, we clean, we have the babies. We just added on more to our plate.
Right.
So we're a little different. I think the women now, men accept more, and the women are saying, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Whereas in my generation,
you were
the
the Anjali woman.
You did it all. It's like, how many multitasks can you do?
But the impressive thing that we have to say is that your husband actually irons.
Yes.
Larry, I hope you're watching. I'm going to play this on a loop in the house.
Sorry,
you
dude.
iron Vince Papale?
Yeah,
the stud irons?
I have the greatest steam iron in the world. I do the breakfast, I do the lunch, I do the ironing. What can I say? It's cool, but I have it set up, and it's like a man cave ironing area. So.
Man cave ironing.
No cigars, though.
No.
What's your secret? When you talk about marriage and love. I mean, 20 years, particularly in this day and age with a more than 60% divorce rate. I mean, with the two of you, what if you were to say this is our secret?
I'm going to give it one word. I'll let her have it: trust. And respect. 2 words. I respect her and trust her implicitly in many ways. It's not just in terms of relationships with other people. I trust her judgment and everything about her, and certainly respect where she came from. And it's as simple as that. Yep.
And for you?
We're a team. If I can't do something, he does it, and vice versa. I mean, we're an Italian family, even though I'm not Italian. I scream, I yell, I talk with my hands. But we trade off, and we have to. That's how you make it work. Our life is a constant juggle, like most people's lives. Yeah. You have your kids, you have your career, you're trying to be who you are. Women, don't give up who you are. A man doesn't make you what you are. You make you what you are, not even your kids. Do for yourself, and then everything else falls in place. When you're at peace with yourself, everything else is gravy. Yeah. And so many people compromise. They forget. You know, I think we have a high divorce rate because women compromise because they go, 30, I had better get married, I better have my kids. Yeah. I had my first baby at 40. So guess what? You can do anything.
Do it, invincible marriage. All right, stay right there because we're going to talk more about your marriage, about health, and about Vince's big win against colon cancer when we come right back.